It is the third Sunday in the month of July, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this week's edition of Sunday Rendezvous. As usual, our package tonight is loaded with human angle stories that you cannot afford to miss, so I urge you to draw closer to your television while we dish out our content. I am Chinenye Nwoye, and I'm glad you could join us. Do not forget that you can watch us live on our YouTube channel at NTA Enugu, and we begin with the hard news segment. Community self-help projects are very important intervention strategies for social empowerment, poverty alleviation, and employment opportunities. In line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, some communities in Enugu State have taken the lead by initiating and implementing social development projects. Mina Adobe Okobase reports.
Community and self-help projects are mostly for the benefit of the end users. Most times it's very difficult to wait for government to tackle most pressing problems. For instance, a maternity or community health center. Nchatancha Niki Autonomous Community Enugu East is one of the many communities which believe that total reliance on government approach should take the back door, raising the community women through joint efforts engaged in construction of a community health center to ease the health yearnings of their people instead of waiting on government.
There's no government hospital around us. Government hospital is very far from this place. And we are paying so heavily when we go to private hospitals.
We are waiting for the government, and government is not coming to our aid. Then we decided to build it by ourselves.
Nchatancha is not alone in the quest to make significant impact in improving the quality of life of their people. Obago Ugwaje Okonano also made great efforts in creating ideal environment for growth and progress of the community through the construction of bridges, school, and a health center.
Some of our children, they are going to another community for their primary school. The leaders of the community gathered themselves and started this building. As you can see, it is a stone building. Some of the adults and the youth in our community, even women, they went to the streams in our community to get stone in order to erect this building.
Erecting this bridge here will give us a better linking access between both clans, thereby allowing people to access not just only the buildings there, but also the structures, or rather the roads that have been destroyed by erosion.
These agrarian communities, however, are in dire need of government interventions to ensure their efforts are not in vain.
So I'm appealing to the government to help us, because we have uncompleted health center. We have some bridges when we started by ourselves. If government can help and raise up some money and help us to finish the building, mostly importantly, fencing of our primary school for the security of our children.
Although one of the unique features of the renewed help agenda of President Bola Tinubu is its provision for rural infrastructural development through collaboration, these communities should not only be appreciated for taking the initiative to improve their socio-economic well-being, but should also be supported to take their socio-economic status to a higher pedestal. In Enugu, Mina Adobe Okobase, NTA News.
The gully erosion site in Oba, Idemili South local government area of Anambra State, which is almost cutting off from the field portion of the Onitsha-Owerri corridor, might be impassable if urgent steps are not taken to address it. Ndem Kalu reports that the Anambra State government is appealing for federal government's intervention.
The gully erosion site along the more than 8 kilometers field portion of the Onitsha-Owerri road in Oba, which is a federal government road, has become a nightmare for people living around the area and road users. Being an existential threat that requires urgent intervention, the state government is calling on the federal government as a matter of urgency to commence work on the site, as the road will be cut off if nothing urgent is being done on it. The delegation of the state government, led by the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Ernest Ezajugi, noted that the state government is ensuring stability on the road to allow road users plying through it, waiting for the intervention of the federal government.
We are devastated. We are calling on federal government, not only on this site, but huge other areas that need urgent attention.
We are pleading and appealing to the federal government, being led by Ahmed Tinubu, to come to our rescue, because we are part and parcel of this nation. Otherwise, we'll be completely cut off. And we are pleading and crying and weeping and asking him, come and salvage the erosion menace on this road.
Anambra is actually the erosion capital of the world, and there is need for increased ecological funding for this dear state. And we hope, sincerely hope, that the new administration of the federal government will work towards this need and come to the aid of Anambra State in this regard.
With the action taken by the state government on the Goli erosion site, the people are optimistic that the menace will be contained. It could be recalled that palliative work was done on the road some time ago by the federal government before its escalation to the present state. From Oba in Idemili South Council area, Ndem Kalo, NTN News.
We'll take a break here. Sunday Rendezvous will be right back. Do stay. It's glad to know you're still there. At the end of every academic session or activity, graduation ceremonies are organized for pupils or students who will be going into the next class or another phase of their lives. And this is why a graduation ceremony has held for 26 graduates of Bethel Home Convent, Enugu, as they move to another level. Uchenna Nnamele was at the graduation ceremony, and he reels out the moments for Sunday Rendezvous.
These are the graduating students of Bethel Home Convent of Anglican Diocese of Enugu. Students, parents, guardians, teachers, as well as clergymen gathered to witness the graduation ceremony of 2022-2023 Bethel Home Convent, Enugu. The Anglican Archbishop of Enugu, Ecclesiastical Province, and Bishop of Enugu Diocese, Most Reverend Emmanuel Chukwuma, admonished the graduates to remain focused in their studies and not to be distracted by societal pressure.
Discipline in their manners, discipline in their relationship, discipline in money. You know, they must be prudent, they must not be wasteful, and they must also not be immoral. As far as morality is concerned, they must be disciplined morally, they must also be disciplined spiritually, and also be good ambassadors of the school, and also help their parents at home, obedient, and also faithful in all they do, so that God can bless them more. These are things I'm telling them, because the country is in a very great mess, and we're in very perilous time. So they have to make sure that they meet up with the challenges of the time, and make sure that at least they are able to overcome challenges by the way they comport themselves.
The wife of Anglican Archbishop, Dr. Joyce Chukwuma, urged the graduates to desist from keeping bad friends and always seek counsel and advice from elders.
The world is full of challenges. You are now going to be exposed to the world. Hold on to God, the author and finisher of our faith. Seek the face of God every day for his directive.
Some graduates and their parents speak.
I feel really excited and happy. Like, it's a day I've always been waiting for, and here it is. Like, I don't really know how to express my feelings, but I'm just happy.
I want to congratulate them, and I want to wish them well, very much well in their future endeavors. Some of them will be doctors, some of them are accountants, some of them are going to be one thing or the other, in one profession or the other. I want to wish them the very best in their future endeavors.
The event featured quiz, dance, as well as gift presentation to students who came tops in various subjects.
We say congratulations to the graduates, and we wish them well in their future endeavors. The William Shakespeare axiom, where music is the food of life, play on, came alive among students of Institute of Management and Technology, IMT Enugu, when ITEL Telecommunications Company, in partnership with MTN, held its Super Smooth concert. This concert provided a platform for introducing its S23 brand of cell phone, where student best performed artists of 100 went smiled home with a grand prize of 100,000 naira each. Ukeria Ugu was at the concert for Sunday Rendezvous.
That reflects the mood and excitement at the International Conference Center, IMT, where students converge for the ITEL Super Smooth concert. The event featured dancing, rapping, arranging of advert boxes, and drinking competition, as well as cultural dances. While participants in the games was appreciated with gifts, including laptop bags, earpiece, and power banks, the two best performed artists in dancing and rapping competitions smiled home with 100,000 naira each. The second runners-up were awarded ITEL S23 phones and other phone accessories.
ITEL, I'm so grateful. God bless you. And we'll be expecting you again. I'm so this is like a huge money to me. It will help me to pay most of my things.
ITEL, thank you so much. At least I don't get school fees. Before coming on stage, I do pray. I said, God, you know the reason why I'm here. I'm here to support my family, to help my mom, most especially. So God did it for me.
So I'm so happy today for the second runner-up of the best hype man in IMT. I'm so happy for ITEL. Thanks to ITEL Nigeria for coming to my school. I won an ITEL S23 and MTN Wi-Fi. I'm so happy for winning this. It's a great opportunity for me to showcase my talent and myself to the world.
The ITEL marketing headship revealed the unique selling propositions of the S23 brand products.
Again, to introduce ITEL S23. ITEL S23 is our new addition. It's our latest smartphone. We have come to introduce this phone to students of IMT because, of course, they are our core target audience.
It's a very nice phone. And also, we are looking forward to, so that students can, it's very affordable. We have checked the rate of power outage in Nigeria, and that's why we produce this phone. This phone is 5,000 mega amps, which if you are using it, you are going to enjoy it, and it's very affordable.
ITEL S23 has super quality of beautiful colors and relatively affordable at the retail price of 66,000 naira.
Congratulations to the winners. There is a particular type of business which thrives especially in some states in the southeast zone. This business is for the strong and hardworking. Indeed, it is not a lazy man's job. It seems smelly and dirty, but yields good income. Our correspondent leads us into the story of trash to cash as she examines the business relations between scavengers and scrap dealers in Anambra State.
Anambra State is said to be the commercial hub of the Southeast Zone. Just as the state boasts of tens of major markets, so it is the leading state in scrap business in the zone and neighboring states. According to the dealers, truckloads of scraps from their customers come from Rivers, Edo, and Cross River states, amongst others. The main source of their materials are the scavengers, who freely pick them as waste from different dump sites and receptacles and sort them. In Onitsha, the dump site along Onitsha-Owerri Road is the major source of scrap. The most valuable items to scrap for profit are copper, stainless steel, aluminium, brass, lead, and car batteries, amongst others.
These heaps here consist of used and abandoned materials. Many see them as worthless, hence dispose them, and sometimes carelessly. But these heaps could rake in millions of naira for those who consider it as a serious business.
We saw the materials from the dump site there.
So when they bring it down here, when the sorters, the scavengers, after finishing scavenging them, they sort it according to we have the plastic section, we have the metal section, we have the aluminum section, we have the copper section. But we are at this end called the plastic end.
We have many types of it. We have low density, we have high density, we have blowing, we have injection, we have transparent, we have many of them.
If not because of this our business, all the areas, as they fall now, all the main roads we fill up with this condemned plastic.
Come from anywhere. You don't know the person. The person doesn't have address. Some are even calling Balo, going street to street to check if somebody has something to say. You don't know the person that is saying to the person, whether the thing that is sold to the person is his own or is another person's own. If this person, after you buy and finish, he will come and say it for you. How do you know?
Scrap dealers called on the government, both at the state and national level, to come to their aid.
Number one thing, the thing that kills us here is light. As it is here now, recently the bill they are giving us, most of us are trying to find alternative things to do because we cannot be able to afford the cost of electricity bill they are giving to us here.
We apply for government to give us one location so that we all can stay one place. But after they promise us, nothing will happen. This place now, we are paying a lot of money.
Converting waste to wealth there. Indeed, it is a lucrative business. Absolute power corrupts absolutely is a popular saying. To gain prestige, honor, and reputation have also been identified as some motives behind human beings' quest for power in the society today, and this leaves much to be desired. Chidi Okorafor in this report tried to find out why people are power drunk, and here are his findings.
In politics and social science, power is the capacity of an individual to influence the actions, beliefs, conduct, and behavior of others. Power is also a byproduct of leadership. While some leaders exercise power and authority given to them for the interest of the society, others use it for different purposes. Why then are people power drunk?
Why would somebody be on the seat for 20 years and what did he accomplish? It's obviously because of the money that is involved. And again, I think the immunity they also have, them and their family, and how easy things will be for them. Because if the amount of money they are seeing is no longer there, trust me, people will just be there for the 4 years or at most 8 years, and they will come out rather than after you see a governor, after 8 years of governorship, they will want to go for Senate, from Senate to House of Reps. So it's mainly because of the money, because they know what they are seeing, and they will make money for their children, their generation unborn, and their children. So the money is the main factor why people are power drunk in this country.
People are power drunk because of the financial benefits involved. When they think about the money they get, they don't feel like releasing the power to others. To them, it is a do or die.
It is because of their selfish interest. They use it to fight their enemies.
They were of the view that leaders should exercise their power in line with the Constitution and for the benefit of the people they are leading. Investigations reveal that leaders who become dictators are individuals who become so identified with their leadership position that they find it difficult to see themselves without it. Hence, they fight to stay in power at all costs, even when they lack fresh ideas and visions.
Indeed, power intoxicates man. The rising cases of abandoning newborn babies is becoming a source of concern in Birni Kebbi, the Kebbi state capital. This is the situation of a newborn baby girl who was found abandoned at the Federal Medical Center, Birni Kebbi. Hassana Abubakar Koko has the story.
Strokes, they say, are for different folks. This is why some people are expending all they have to get a child, while some will deliver only to abandon the child. This is the reality of this child who was found abandoned in the early hours of Thursday, July 6, 2023 by duty nurses and midwives in the delivery suites at the Federal Medical Center, Birni Kebbi. The baby girl was left on the floor behind the window of the labor room with its placenta still attached. Joy Amedu is the Deputy Director, Nursing Department in charge of Special Care Baby Unit.
Because of the nature of the place the baby was picked from,
the baby has to be placed on treatment in order to prevent infection from setting in.
She pointed out that the baby stayed at the special care baby unit for 4 days, while the nurses and doctors worked together to ensure that she is in good condition before finally handing her over to the State Hisbah Committee, who have handled such cases in the past.
The baby was discharged in good condition, and on discharge the nurses educated the new care giver on how to take care of that baby, including immunization, feeding of the baby, and promotion of warmth.
The Hisbah Committee in Kebbi State are worried about the rising cases of child abandonment in the state, as it records 2 to 5 cases of abandoned babies every month.
We are still calling the attention of the general public to be vigilant and watch the movements and what is happening among the people, so as to reduce even to some level.
The police in Kebbi State are also investigating the matter. On hearing the news, myself and some other members of Hisbah Committee quickly rushed to the hospital to see the baby. We found out that the baby is in good condition.
Children are said to be gifts from God. I wonder why anyone would just give birth to a baby and abandon him or her somewhere. Just for being a widow, most women not only grieve over the death of their spouses, but most times suffer inheritance tussle, depression, stigma, and discrimination. Their plight, though a common thread that binds most societies, especially in Nigeria, persists despite significant efforts to counter the narrative. Our next report features the special case of Cecilia Ujebe in Ebonyi State, whose story, fortunate also says, it can only be a miracle.
Mrs. Cecilia Ujebe hails from Igwemiri village in Oposiumowera, Ezza North Council area of Ebonyi State. She lost her husband 25 years ago, and as she was about getting a relief from the death of her husband, lost her 2 surviving sons, leaving her with a daughter-in-law and grandchildren to cater for. As if grief was not ready to leave her abode, came the collapse of the only mud house she inherited from her late husband. Having been rendered homeless, her daughter-in-law also left with her children as she could not bear with the situation. I am happy and I thank God for giving me and my family life and good health. And I pray that God will bless Nwaka for remembering a forgotten person like me. Light, however, shone at the end of the tunnel when another widow, Mrs. Nwake Gonwore, on sighting and hearing her story, decided to put a smile on the face of Mrs. Cecilia Ujebe, who seems to have forgotten what happiness feels like, by erecting a 2-bedroom bungalow for her.
Because for this compound where she's married to, they go around, carrying her to the sleep bed, they will pursue her today, the next day. But one woman was abusing her that she will die, she will never even enter another mud house, because where her husband died 25 years ago and her mud house collapsed, traditionally built for her, so no hope.
Just as a maggot-infested wood attracts ants, the news of the shelter brought back her daughter-in-law, grandchildren, family members, and well-wishers.
Can I tell God that I am ready to do what you have asked me to do? Say, go and build for her. Go and build for her. That is what I'm doing today.
The widow, who seems to have forgotten her 20 years of homelessness, was full of smiles, especially for the household utensils also purchased for her. She encouraged others not to be discouraged, as help will surely come their way. I later survived and I am still alive to witness this good thing that happened to Nwaka. Everywhere you go, you shall be lifted to higher positions.
May God bless that benefactor who has put smiles on the faces of this widow. And this is where we call it a day on this week's edition of Sunday Rendezvous. We thank you so much for being a part of it. Good night and God bless. Thank you.